It's Week 12 of the 2025 season, and we'll see Spencer Rattler. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Saints and the Jaguars, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Crescent City of New Orleans and the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen up here in the booth. Should be a good matchup here, Greg. A couple of playoff teams a year ago that are hoping to take that ultimate step and get to the Super Bowl this season.
And oftentimes that's the most difficult step, right? You go from being a perennial playoff contender. That's great. But now, how many of these teams can now say, okay, not only are we in the playoffs year in and year out, but we are a legitimate Super Bowl.
The kicker, Blake Grupe, set to start it. And off we go from the Superdome. Keelan Robinson to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. Leading them out, the former #1 overall pick back in the 2021 draft, it's Trevor Lawrence.
Coming off a loss last time out, I think the #1 goal today, Mike, is he needs to make a bigger impact on the outcome of today's game. Last week, he was not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it was really just a modest performance. He was okay. Well, okay at the quarterback position is not a winning formula week in and week out in the NFL. They need him to be a difference maker. They need him to be a dynamic playmaker. He's capable of all those things, and if we can get that level of play out of him today, I think they can expect a different result than last week.
And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That one on target with Kirk. They've got it. A gain there of 15. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
You'll get this to about midfield. Willie Gay with the stop. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? In motion comes Thomas. Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore all over that. Gets a hand in there to knock it away. On 4th down, the Jaguars send out the veteran Logan Cook to punt. Back deep for the Saints, it's Rashid Shaheed. And this will not turn out to be a good return. Forced backwards, and they get him out of bounds. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by a 5th-round selection out of the 2024 draft. From South Carolina by way of Oklahoma, it's Spencer Rattler.
You just hope throughout your career, Mike, that you're not on the wrong end of too many games like last week. So many games in the NFL come down to 1 score. They're very close. And every once in a while, there are multiple score games where you just can't seem to keep it close. They've got to do a better job keeping pace early, get off to a faster start. They want to have a chance. Come the 4th quarter, if this thing's within 1 score, they're going to feel a lot more comfortable this time around than where they were last week.
Brought in by Chris Olave. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
And the Saints, first down. 1st and
Now Rattler gonna throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Rattler now back to throw. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball.
And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
At some point, you would just like to see that internal clock start to speed up. The longer the play goes on, the more vulnerable you become as the quarterback. Get rid of the ball, but no matter what, you have to avoid the sack.
Now, fair catch, and he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Jaguars offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. To throw is Lawrence. To the right side, and Kirk's got it.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Here's Lawrence to throw. This one is caught by Kirk. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Now some movement up front. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. In motion comes Thomas. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now. And he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. The Saints offense ready for their second possession. They had to punt on their opening drive. No damage done as of yet. Still scoreless here, and they'll pick it up 1st and 10. First carry now for Alvin Kamara. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Foye Oluokun with the play. Here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Rattler. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Here's Rattler. Open man, left side. He's got it. Call it a gain of 13. First down, New Orleans.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Throwing is Rattler. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Every time a quarterback is sacked, everyone kind of looks around at the offensive lineman like, oh, come on, guys, pick it up. I don't think this was on the O-line at all. I think the quarterback is holding on to the ball too long. You know what they say, Mike? Sacks, those are quarterback stats.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now, faking the give. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. One of the tight ends in motion right. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's able to sidestep his way forward and pick up 4. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll try to pick this one up on the ground. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
On comes the punter now, as he is on to punt for Jacksonville. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Rattler. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rattler. To the outside, complete to Johnson. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He lets one go, looking for Shaheed. Tyson Campbell that time, able to knock it away.
This is teach tape for man defense, Mike. I mean, he's not looking back at the quarterback at all. He is in the hip pocket of his receiver. He's staying in phase and in rhythm. And then he knows when the wide receiver's hands go up, attack the ball. And that's about as good as it gets.
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They go play action for Lawrence. This one is caught, and it's the tight end, Strange. Nice gain on first down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? That's on the big man, Cam Robinson. They'll begin here on the ground. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
No gain on the play. Brings up second down at the 15-yard line.
They'll stick with him again. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line.
Third and long.
And it's third down.
Back to throw. Lawrence. And on third down, that ball incomplete. Now a timeout called by the defense. Yeah! And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Saints offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
A gain of 1 brings up third down.
3rd and 9. Shaheed in motion. On third down, they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's Lou Hedley now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. The Jags offense ready to come back out for this next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now Lawrence on the bootleg. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Cameron Jordan, the veteran, in there for the sack. 3rd down and 9. Now here's Lawrence. He'll try to run for it. Yeah. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. What will the second quarter have in store? More from New Orleans after this. Here's 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. 2nd down and 3. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. In motion comes Thomas. 1st down throw there is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
To throw is Lawrence. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Looking for room out on the edge. He's not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
Well, when you call a screen play, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start just inside the 20-yard line. The Saints offense ready to see what they can do. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. The tight end Moreau is in motion. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll motion their tight end Johnson. From the gun, here's a handoff. And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
That's good for the Saints. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50.
Shaheed in motion. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
He'll look to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
It's 4th down.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. The Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He'll throw it left and has his running back. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. Now a give up the middle. It'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
A sack certainly isn't ideal in this situation, but I think this quarterback considers himself lucky. He at least prevented the safety. This defense is in attack mode. They know they're one big play away from taking a 2-0 lead.
To return, it's Shaheed. And it's a good return here. He's going to set his guys up with outstanding field position. The Saints offense ready for this next possession. They start with outstanding field position, trying to get the first points of this game. It'll be 1st and 10. Now Rattler gonna throw. Now he takes off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Rattler now back to throw. The throw, left side, that's Johnson. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Brings up third down and 2.
They'll try to get this one on the ground.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this fourth down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to him, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
Groupie's kick is good. And the Saints will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
The Jaguars offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. Catch made right side by Thomas. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
At the 37-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. 3rd and a yard. Oh, there's movement up front. That's going to make this 3rd down a lot tougher. So instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. Here's Lawrence. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch. Stays in bounds. And he's got the 1st down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds. But instead, the quarterback is on time and accurate. And the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Play action now. It's Lawrence. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. Looking to throw, Rattler. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
3rd and long. And now things are going to get more difficult. Movement up front, going to move them further back. Throwing now on 3rd and long. And this drive is going backward, taken down for a loss. The defense with a quick 3-and-out.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
It's a short kick. Their catch is called for, and they're going to be in business with a short field to work. The visitors' offense getting set to get back to work. They'll start from the plus side of midfield, looking to possibly take the lead here. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Saints' 45-yard line.
Now a give on the ground. A gain there of 11. 1st down, Jacksonville.
A gain of 11 on the play.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game. And there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rushing attack, and it's clear why.
And he'll get about 5.
To a running back. He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 5.
2 minutes remain in a 3-0 first half. We're back to New Orleans. After this, they'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Lawrence. Taking advantage of the room to run. A gain of 19 on the scramble.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. To throw is Lawrence. This one caught at the 4. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
A gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 2-yard line.
They put Strange in motion. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. His 6th touchdown now for the season. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Jaguars 7, Saints 3.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Now an opening past the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The home team's offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rattler. This one is caught by Moreau. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Throwing is Rattler. That is caught downfield. It's Shaheed. Saints going to use their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Rattler. This throw left side, taken in by Johnson. And that's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing now is Rattler. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
The clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half as the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we reach halftime here, and the visiting Jaguars are out on top. As we'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where it was the Bills who pick up the victory at home. James Cook, well over 100 yards on the ground with 3 touchdown runs. From there, we take the trip across Lake Erie to check on the Lions at home in Detroit. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. Jared Goff, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Patrick Mahomes, excellent in the victory as his guys push their record up to 8-3 on the year.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. Now, faking the give. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a 4th down. The Saints will punt this one away.
Lou Henley in one formation for the Saints.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. There's Trevor Lawrence as he and the Jaguars get set for their next drive. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down. Lawrence now. There's a short one taken by Ingram. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Now here's Lawrence. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete.
It's second down and 10.
Now Rattler gonna throw. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. First and 10. A run here with Kamara. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
The 40-yard line.
Rattler now back to throw. That's going to be intercepted. Oh, big hole left side.
Touchdown, Jacksonville.
What a time for a pick 6 for the defense. As the other team is trying to get themselves right back in this one, the defense extends the margin with the pick 6.
Yeah, just a critical moment. You find yourself on defense, Mike, trying to hang on to this lead. And not only do you do that, you pick 6 them, and you're able to extend that lead.
Little on now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Jaguars will take a 14-6 lead.
Saints 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game. Take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards for running backs, and he's right there among the best in the league. Shaheed in motion. A handoff here, up the middle, and that'll be a short gain up to the 27-yard line. Second down and 8.
It's second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Now a handoff running right. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
From out of the gun, he'll throw, and that is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll try the right side this time. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. It's Carl Granderson this time to make the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
At the 26-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Catch made right side by Thomas. Here's 3rd and 2. To throw is Lawrence. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
First down, Jaguars.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. A couple of first downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up 1st and 10. Lawrence. He'll get this out to his running back. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Saints' 47-yard line.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Jacksonville.
They'll stay on the ground. And he'll take this to about the 38-yard line. Willie Gay with the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They send the tight end in motion. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5. And here comes 3rd down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Taking off, he'll try to get there. They get 21 on that one. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of the defense, and we saw it again here.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Play is stopped. We have an injury to one of the Jaguars. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll run on 2nd down. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing, Dobbs. That's hauled in at the 2. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They put Strange in motion. A run on 1st and goal. He'll get this forward. No signal. They're going to mark him down at the 1. A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. And this time he will work his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Jaguars. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. This one number 7 on the year. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Saints 6.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Saints offense headed back to take over once more. They need to start making some inroads here, down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick first down.
That's good for us Saints.
They'll motion their tight end Johnson. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. Well, he shows you the elusiveness getting out of one tackle, but not the other. Fortunate, really, to get back to the line of scrimmage on that play.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
They'll motion their tight end Johnson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Quickly, he gets it out to his right. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. The Saints lining up in punt formation. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Jaguars offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. He's going to tuck it and go.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me, picks up a solid gain here on first down.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. In motion comes Thomas. There's that man again. Another catch. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Duvernay with the grab. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock, and without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
They put Strange in motion. Back to the ground after the penalty. Not much. 2nd and long coming up.
He's tackled at the 20-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 14.
They'll stick with him again. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up.
5 yards on the play. 3rd down.
Play action now. It's Lawrence. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
All these stops are great. You're trying to cut back into this deficit, find your way back into this game. But the defense can make as many stops as they want, Mike. This game's going to come down to what does their offense do when they take the field.
And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The Saints offense ready to get back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. They'll begin here on the ground. Not much there, maybe a yard.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, Rattler. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. He'll try and get there on the ground. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a 1st down.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long 1st down. Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks, and at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Jags offense and Trevor Lawrence set to take over once more. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. Can he get away? No, he's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Lawrence now on 2nd down. He'll let this one go deep for Thomas. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and will bring up 3rd down. Back to throw. Lawrence. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. To throw, it's Rattler. The throw, left side, that's Johnson. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd down and 3.
At the 42-yard line.
Throwing is Rattler. Right back to Johnson. He's got it again. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Saints first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Rattler. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Throw right side to Olave. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the Jaguars.
They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. They'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
They'll run for it. It's Kamara. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
So the offense finds themselves in a tough situation. They're down by 2 scores late in this game. They know this is a prime opportunity. They need to play for a touchdown, and instead the defense makes a huge stand, and they got a chance now to close this game out.
Quick throw here is complete. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard.
At the 18-yard line.
Here's a run going left. And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
He'll let this one go deep for Thomas. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Lawrence going to keep this himself. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This defense has had their share of troubles trying to contain this quarterback today, Mike. This time they go to the zone read. The defender goes after the running back, and the quarterback pulls it, keeps it himself, and has a huge gain for a first down.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Lawrence. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Now out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. And they are still searching for that first touchdown of the game. Greg, this defense that they're going against has been like a brick wall.
And especially this front seven. And listen, Mike, we all know this is a passing league. But what you want to do is you want to at least be unpredictable on offense, meaning you want to be in what they call 50-50 downs. I got an equal opportunity to both run or pass based on the down and distance. When you have nothing to show for on first and second down on the ground, you find yourself in must-pass scenarios, and you're playing right into the hands of the defense.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10.
Good for the Saints.
Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. 2nd and 7. Handoff here, up the middle, and he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Open man, that's Duvernay. And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. Give him 27, and it's 1st and goal.
And that 1st down should all but do it, Mike. With only 1 remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation, and we're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
They put Strange in motion. They'll try to run this one in. They'll try to push forward, but only a yard down to the 2. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line. New Orleans' 3rd and final timeout. Talk things over before 3rd down. Davis going in motion. Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Ryan Thomas. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Greg, I love the precision on that play. Very little time, very confined space, and they come through with the touchdown.
And it's the accuracy of the throw, Mike, that protects his receiver. Everything down here near the goal line is so condensed. You understand you're going to be thrown into tight windows, but when you trust your quarterback to protect you with the ball placement, it gives you a lot more confidence going across the middle of the field, and in this case, pays off for a touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. the Saints offense, and Spencer Rattler set to take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Here's 1st and 10. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'd say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's deep for Olave. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. Throwing now is Rattler. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for a 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They are in control of this one, trying to finish it off and snap that 2-game losing streak. So it is a win for our visitors, the Jaguars. They're able to bounce back after a difficult loss a week ago, respond with a much better overall performance, and it culminates in a victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.